friends, welcome into my channel. My name is Shary. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, as always, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. And I'm also so glad to be here. It's been over a year since I've done a video. I'm not going to go into why on this video. I'll do probably a face-to-face video sometime soon and sort of explain this last year. But today we're here to craft. So let's craft. All right, we are doing the Grungy Tag Challenge 2026 YouTube, on YouTube. It's Lori, and she's piles of paragraphs. And this first prompt, I forgot to print it out, is corrugated. So let me, and I have to tell you, this is funny. You guys are going to laugh because if you do videos, you've done this. Corrugated. Okay, that's the prompt for today, is corrugated, right? All right, so I've already done a video. Went to edit it and realized I didn't do the prompt. No, I didn't. So there we are. We're back to the table. I'll show you what I did. They actually turned out really cute. I did this one. Is on the base of it is some of Rachel at Roxy Creations Italian Villa kit. That's one grungy tag I did. This one is on some, I believe it's Tim Holtz paper that I just backed with coffee dyed paper and grunged it up. And then this one was just some chipboard that I believe may have already been backed. No, I backed it with coffee dyed paper and just did that little number. So I don't know, maybe I'll be able to use them in future challenges. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I decided to go ahead and eat my lunch and then come back and resume where I left off. Got my hot tea at the ready, scissors, glue, ink. I think that's it. And corrugated might have 2 G's. I didn't even look. So if it does, excuse me. All right. I thought we might use these random pieces. Obviously just a Tim Holtz, 2 rolls of something. Label tape was in here at some point. It was in my scrap bin, and then, of course, just a junk mailer. This is too big, so we'll cut it down. But I thought we could cover that and make it grungy. And I considered either this is just a piece of, again, I believe it's some Tim Holtz paper, but it might not be. I had 2 paper pads that looked an awful lot alike, and they're both gone now because I've had them for so long. These are just scraps, or possibly this. I'll have to decide on that. And then I have just some grungy bits of fabric. And if I need to get more, I'll just edit that out of the video so you don't have to wait on me. And just a bunch of scrap papers, jelly prints, stuff I've stamped over the years, grungy stuff, grunginess. Oh, I just found this little piece of denim. That would have... It was underneath my thing probably, but it would have been cute on here with this one. So maybe we'll do another one. I'll stick that right on the top so I don't miss it this time. All right. I hope you are all well. I am good. Good. Just had some leftover broccoli cheddar soup for lunch that I made for dinner last night. And then I went ahead and assembled. I'm making white chicken green chili enchiladas for dinner with a green salad. And I just got that all assembled, cleaned up the kitchen, and came into play. My dogs are running amok outside. You might hear them. You might not. I'm not sure. Neighbors are doing something next door. The house recently sold, so there's some work going on over there. All right, let's start with this little guy. He seems like a good place to start. We're gonna have to cut him down a little though. Where did I put my trimmer. Oh, it's right here. And I've got some grungy bits, and I've got some book page and ephemera books. So we've got things to work with here. I'm just going to make this, how wide is this? 3.5. I'm going to make it 3. So it'll still be, actually I'll do 1.5 inches off each side. Oops. Nope, that's not right. 1/2 inch, Sharon. 1/2 inch. No, I don't even think that's right. Let me see. Let me mark where I want to go here. Quarter of an inch. Let's just do this. How about this? Let's not even measure. Let's just do a little bit there and a little bit here. And we'll eyeball it and see if we think it looks good. The pieces look pretty good. And we are right at 3, just a little over, so I think that's okay. I can work with that. Not sure that that would fit into these. Nope, those are too big, but it's okay. It's a fine size. All right, so look at these little strippy bitties. Throw them over there. All righty, let's go ahead, and nice thing about this is it's already got a nice punch in it. So I do like that. I mentioned in the other video that I misplaced or lost my paper punch. I don't know where it is. Can't find it. I want to get one of these, but I don't have one. So let's go ahead and just put down, this is some Rachel paper. Let's go ahead and just glue some of this down for the front. What do you think? I think that would work. We'll have to cut out the little notch things. So I hope you are all well. I am going to get this up today on Tuesday for Tag Tuesday. And moving forward, I want to try to get these done ahead of time, but really didn't decide to do this until this morning. So that is why I'm a little bit late to the party. Uh-oh, did you see what I did? No, it's two-sided. It'll work. Okay, good. Good. I love it when a failed plan works out. And I'll tell you what, guys, I haven't filmed in a long time, so it's not easy to film and talk and think, especially when you're of an advanced age, such as myself. All right, friends, let's see what we can make grungy here. But it really is nice to get back into the studio. I've just gotten back into paper crafting. Before Christmas, I learned how to quilt. So I made myself a lap quilt just kind of for practice. And then I made both of my granddaughters quilts for Christmas. And that was a lot of fun. Although it's a lot of work as well. But that was fun, and I do enjoy quilting, so I will continue to do so. I'll have to tell you my sewing machine story sometime. I was thinking, I don't have what could we put on there? Okay, let's put, I have these just pieces of coffee dyed papers that I had cut at one time. So let's go ahead and we may not even use that tab on the top. I'm not sure. We don't have to. We do what we want. So, do that. Everybody's year is off to a good start. Looks like I've got a little ways I could come over there. It's going to be a fairly thick tag. What time is it? Oh yeah. Probably going to miss a live I wanted to watch. Unless I stop filming for a little bit, but I don't know. I really want to get my channel going back up. I could always watch there's a couple of lives I wanted to see. I could always go back and watch the replay. And what I've been doing since I lost my paper punch is just going about it this way on this little paper punch and hoping I get it in the middle. Not so much in the middle. It's hard to get it in the middle when you're doing it this way. So on another tag I did this, oops, and made just a little bit. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. But we'll cover it up. We'll just put a piece of fabric over there and cover it. Not a fan, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know where it's the weirdest thing because my paper punch always lived on my craft cart. I mean, I've got stuff here that's been in the same spot for years. My scissors, my glues, various other things, punches. But I don't know. It's almost like it just grew legs and walked away. My husband said, oh, you'll find it. It's in there. Well, let's hope so. That or I'm buying a new one. All right. What do we want to put on here? Well, we've got to remember the corrugated because that was the thing I forgot on the last one. So let's... Yeah, I did all that. Like a 50... Well, I would have edited it down quite a bit. But it was, yeah. Did the whole thing. And then I went, you know what? I did not use anything corrugated. No, I did not. So, here we are. Here we is. If you're doing this challenge, let me know. I'd love to go support your channel and watch. I'm a huge fan of doing that. And I will link below to Lori's YouTube channel, Piles of Paragraphs, for this. So you can go and join along as well. Could have made that a little shorter. Just a skosh. Okay, there we go. And then I think we'll come in with, I've got some real grungy little material here. It's wine labels. So during COVID, I did a lot of masks. So I was buying a lot of, novelty type fabrics and stuff. I'd gotten this fabric I thought was fun. I think I made myself a mask out of it. Probably didn't make one for anybody else, but. And then, yes, I just did cut my thumb while I was cleaning up with a knife. Thank you. Okay, that could go there. That would be, or should we put it down here? In the middle. Let's put it right there. See what we think, and then maybe oh yeah, this was, look at how grungy this is. I don't even know what I did on this. I really don't. I mean, I can't even begin to guess. Most of the stuff has been in here for so long that it could be from anything. Do we want that. And under here. Trying not to make this video too long either, so. Maybe we could do it right there. No, let's do it. Let's do that here. This here, here. Fingers is a fumbling. Well, let's go ahead and have to change my glue page pretty soon. Let's put this on. Looks like the side's gonna stick up a little, but it'll still be okay. We'll make it work. We shall make it work. Oh, I know what I wanted to put over the corrugated. I wanted to put some of this. So this is just deli paper. Some of the gel prints are on rice paper. This one is just deli paper. Yeah, I wanted to put that on there and smoosh that in. Smoosh it in because it'll go right into those cracks, which will be fun. Yeah, that's fun. There we go. Alrighty. Hope I'm in frame. That's kind of fun. Let's see if we still want to use our fabric somewhere. Or we also have some grungy. The only thing was these had some bling on them. Oh. There we go. And that one does not have bling. Oh, man. That's cute right there. I like that. I cover up part of that, but you know what? I'm okay with it. I am okay. It's going to make it thicker, though. I wonder if I should save that one for something a little bit wider. Probably made it for a page, but... it's a tag, but then it'll take up too much space, perhaps. Would have been cute, though. What's this one? Oh, no, that's nothing. Okay, thought it was one that was already made up, but it wasn't. Get the bling out the way. All right, where did I put that little piece of fabric that I had? Here's this little piece of paper. Ooh, looky there. To farm. Kind of like that. Farm. And then where did I put that little piece of fabric? Probably stuck it back in here. Yep, I did. There. Oh yeah, I like that. That looks good. Okay, good and grungy. Good and grungy. Let's see if my Fabri-Tac has warmed up any. It doesn't like to work. I should have put it in some warm water. Our days are just cool enough right now that it's not wanting to work real great for me. Go run it under some water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see if that helps. It may not. I didn't run it for that long, but might have been enough just to make it work. No, last time I ended up soaking it for quite a bit, but I didn't really want to do that today. I've got some in my Amazon cart because I need to order more. That was the last of what I have. I get a baby wipe the top of that lid off too. Sorry about that. Crunching. The crunching and all. Could be a little bit plugged up too. Let me see. You know how this glue gets. And mighty temperamental as well. Mighty temperamental. So let's see if that doesn't help any. All right, my page is getting sticky. And I have a bunch of these pages to do something with too. And then I was thinking on here, we could find something from here. This was some rice paper that last year I stamped on. Oh, probably not last year, probably the year before, because last year was such that crafts and all things related went by the wayside, including filming. Is that too big? Not too big. Might be too big. Let's see if we can find something else. Missing the finger. Let's see. There's a little bit of the finger on this one. Like that there. Yeah, it's okay. It's just fine. Yeah, that rice paper, if you've never worked with it, I like to gel print on it. It's got a really nice texture because it's like half paper, half fabric. It's really interesting. I'll leave that hanging off the edge. And then for our topper, since I don't like the way that looks, what should we do? That's all that's left of Joanne, huh? I do miss Joanne. We don't have one, didn't have one here where we live, but I had one about 2.5 hours away, one direction, about 3 hours the other direction. I'm just gonna put that on there. I don't have a fancy little staple thing, but I could just use a regular stapler. Which one works? I have two. One works and one doesn't. Okay, that's the one. I don't have the rusty staples, but we could just do this. Hope for the best. No, didn't go through it too good. Let's try it again. My older grandkids, when they were a little bit younger, they used to love to come in here and play with my fabric. And I would let them know what they could play with and what they couldn't. And They were always real good about that. But they used to like to, I'm not going to mess with that right now. They used to like to, I'm just going to do this. Staple my fabrics, scrap fabrics together. So oftentimes I'd come in and I'd go to pull scrap fabrics to do things with, and they'd be full of staples. I still come across them. Not as much because I think it's been a while since they've done it, and I've gone through them since then, my scraps, but it's pretty funny. Right. Oh, well, that's all stapled up. Sorry, I have arthritis in this left thumb, and sometimes it really fights me to work. I have the little brace, you know, the couple little kinds of braces you can wear, but I think I only got one through there, but that's okay. You can just leave it like that. I think that's cute enough. Oh, look at how, I actually like that on there. Look at that. Isn't that just too fun? Grungy, and yeah, let's just do that. Wasn't even planned, it just happened. Just happened. Just gonna swirl it around and see where it ends up. Now my youngest granddaughter is real interested in crafting and fabric and sewing. In fact, I was making, I'll take a picture of it and insert it right here. Made some prosperity hens to hang outside my craft room door. She was here with me one day when I was cutting them out and hand sewing the stuffing in, and she really liked them. So she wanted to take some home, and I let her take some home, and she noticed them yesterday when she was here. They call me Gur. My oldest grandson, who's now 13, started that when he was just a toddler, and they all call me Gur. So she said, Gur, what is this? I said, oh, that's my prosperity hens. Remember when we made those? She said, yeah. She's 6, I think. Yeah, she's 6. So my youngest grandson just turned 4. All right, so we got that one done. Let's kind of decide what we want to do next. Only this on its side, though. Corrugated. I wonder if corrugated has 2 G's. All right, let's go with this one because I do want to use this. But how wide is this? 4 inches. Let's take a 1/2 inch off of each side. Let's go like a 1/2 inch. That's not a, well, that's an inch. So there, that would be about a 1/2 inch right there. 1/2 inch. Like so. Appears to be hefty 1/2 inch anyway, but we don't have to. We're going to cover it, so let's just take, that's a 3.5 inch, well, a little over 3. Yeah, let's just leave that. I like that. I don't want it too skinny, so let's do that. And I must, oh, you know what, we need to make it a little bit, yeah, we could do a tall, let's do a tall tag. I don't really want to cut myself with my paper cutter since I've already got myself good cleaning my bread knife. And then I had a splinter in this finger that took forever to get out. Now I think I have one there from the wood stove from putting wood in, so I'll tell you. This is some fun, grungy, I think this is just regular copy paper, but we mamagami'd it. Maybe we could put that on there because that really is quite grungy, isn't it? I don't want the purple though. Now let's just sort of tear it and do some of it. Or we could just do it, some of it this way. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll have more room to add something else. Oh, see, I almost forgot. Don't forget the corrugated. I almost did it again. Could have happened very easily. And being as how this is a tall tag, I feel like I should run it down the side, but I am going to put this on first and probably the rest of the base. Well, everybody, how's your year going so far? Is everybody doing okay? I hope you're well and healthy and loved ones are well and healthy. All of that good stuff. Things can be tough for people, so I hope all is well. I mentioned in my last video, so I'll mention it because I won't air that. There's no point in doing so. That my husband recently graduated. He was a fleet maintenance superintendent for the town of Mammoth Lakes for 25 years. And was it 20, 25? I can't remember. And recently retired. So he's got a little job 2 days a week at an auto parts store, and he just loves it. They jumped all over getting him to come work with them when he retired, so they're thrilled to have him, and he really likes it. A lot of the guys he already knew because he dealt with them. He said the only thing that was funny was he was always on the ordering side with his job, and now he's on the processing side when orders come in over the computer. He says, I'm the one that's used to putting in the orders. Now I'm the one that's filling them and getting them ready to go on the trucks, or taking the orders and helping with, getting them filled to get on the trucks. So it's kind of funny, but he likes it, and I'm really, really happy for him. It's a good job for him. He's seeing all kinds of friends that he hadn't seen in years. So he works Monday through Tuesday, and all our friends, because most of our friends are younger than us, and excuse me while I drink my tea, and of course still working with many years ahead of them. And so they just think it's funny to tease him about working. A little bit of Rachel paper right there. Yeah, working Monday through Tuesday. It was an adjustment, that's for sure, for both of us. I wasn't used to him being home all the time. He was home more toward the end of before he fully retired because he had time to use up and that kind of thing. But he keeps busy. He's got his garage, so he putters out there. And I told him there wasn't a leaf in the yard this year. We'll cut those edges off. I just wanted to fill that space. And then now let's find one more. Something fun that we could put up there. Oh, we didn't do any of this grunginess on here. Yeah, let's do that. So he's retired and got this gig 2 days a week, and he can always work more if he wants. they said they'd give him more hours. In fact, he may have more hours soon because they're getting ready to do inventory. They're kind of the main hub for the auto parts in our area, and then they also deliver parts to the Napa Auto in Mammoth and Tonopah. So they stay pretty busy. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish gluing that down. That guy has a little bit of an attitude there, maybe. Well, I'd say this qualifies as pretty grungy, if you ask me. Looks pretty grungy. I like it though. I like it. Yeah, so he's going to do that for a while. He's got some other options as well, but right now he's happy where he's at. He could drive a truck, like a tanker truck. He could deliver, you know, petroleum and things like that. But I don't know what he's going to, if he just ends up picking up more hours where he's at here. I don't really know. I can see him working 3 or 4 days a week eventually. But I think for right now, 2 is good. He says he's enjoying being a full-time grandpa. Or a retired grandpa, I should say. So there's that. And the back, we can... wondering if I should just do the back with a piece of Rachel paper. Because you could still... I mean, you could write on it, right? Or you could just, we'll just leave it as a cute tag. Let's just do that. We'll put that on the back. Make sure we are printed on the other side. Yep, we are. So that'll be good. That'll be a good back. One nice thing with him being retired is he's going to be a lot of good help for me. Oops, that came like that. For getting my garden ready and for just summer, you know, cleaning up and getting ready for summer, because he was always working and, you know, he had the weekends to help me. But a lot of we have a side-by-side, and a lot of our friends have side-by-sides. So we like to go on weekends and play with those, and we like to camp and all kinds of stuff. We have a trailer, so a lot of times, you know how that goes. You intend to do your yard work on the weekend, and then somebody says, let's go camping or fishing. There goes your yard work. So that'll be nice. I'll have a built-in gardener. I'm the landscape artist, and he's the shovel. He's the grunt. He digs where I tell him to dig and helps me with heavy things, and then I plan out my vegetable garden and flower gardens. I just cut that a little crooked right there. That's okay. All right, yeah, see, that worked out good. A little bit of room there. Let me wipe off my scissors. I do like to keep my scissors clean. I was a hair stylist by trade for 30 years plus. And so I don't know, it's just ingrained in me to basically keep my station clean and my scissors clean. You know, these are investments. You got to take care of them, right? Hopefully I'm still in frame. I'm still setting back up my, let me get a drink of tea. I forgot to bring my water in. Okay. Now we can decide where we want to put this. Where we want to put the corrugated. We may not use this. We don't have to. We can if we want, but we don't have to. Put that there. I love how grungy that looks. Let's look in our ephemera folder and see if anything jumps out at us for using on here. Would be a good one for a tall Tim Holtz guy, but he's a little bit too wide. Yeah, he's too wide. Probably all would be. Don't use the tall ones too often. She's kind of looks good right there. We could give her something to stand on. We could do that. Yeah, we'll give her something there to stand on. Do that. Looks like she's going to town, going shopping. She's all dressed up, all gussied up. Set you right there. So let's see, what are we gonna put her on? Nope. 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 Too much the same. Put her on. I'm just gonna stick that right there. I've got very limited space here, so bear with me. We could put a little bit of lace. It wouldn't be, it's still grungy, right? Yeah, let's do that. We haven't really used much in the way of lace, so let's do that. And then she can stand on that. Maybe she's waiting for the subway. So I watched on Netflix yesterday. It was only three episodes, 3 series, but there was only 3 shows. It's the Agatha Christie, what's it called? 7 Faces, I think is what it was called. It was really good. Gotta admit, haven't been a big Agatha Christie fan. However, I'm becoming more and more one. And so I really enjoyed it. I watched, because I got everything done, and I didn't feel that great yesterday, so I got kind of tired and decided in the afternoon to just chill for a little bit and wait for my husband to get home before we had dinner. And so I put that on and watched maybe 1.5 before he got home. And then I think when he got home, and so there was no football on, we ate, and then he watched the other 1.5 with me till we finished it, and he really liked it too. It was really good. So let's do that there. I'm gonna do art glitter glue on this. So I don't know, he doesn't work tomorrow, so he did say he may pick up more days or hours toward the end of the month because they're going to be doing inventory. And the guys there, we stop in to pick things up here and there, and they always say, thank you for letting us borrow him. And I always say, he's available anytime. And I do mean anytime. He can come and play. I'm just fine at home all by my lonesome, doing my little things that I do. Just a bunch of who knows what. One day I might be sewing. Next day it might be doing something like this. I do want to get back on my videos though. I'm just going to do this for a second because I want to put more gel printed paper on top of the corrugated, but I'm going to have to do a little dig to find some. There's one, but it's going to be dependent upon the color. Oh, that's a fun scrap too. That's Mamagami. I'm just going to pull these out because I'm not sure color-wise if one will even work. That's on rice paper, that one. take a look at these three and see what we think. Oops, don't break my lamp. Don't want to do that. Which one? That one might be the most logical one to use. So let's tear a little piece. How we end up with so many scraps, isn't it? Tearing through all our stuff. There. Yep. That yumminess can go on there. Yum, yum, yumminess. I love the way that paper just soaks right into the corrugated paper. It's cool. And then we're gonna distress her around the edges just a little bit. Okay. She can stand on there because she's waiting for the bus or the trolley. I'm going to say she's waiting for the trolley. Push her underneath there a little bit. Yeah, she's waiting for the trolley. She's going to go have tea with her girlfriends. No, she really looks like she's going shopping. She looks like a lady that knows how to shop. Okay. Francis, there you go. Okay. So all that. And I think all we really have to do now is put in the, that's not what I want. Put in the, decide what we're going to use for the taggy thingy. We did that on the other one, so let's find something different. Got some yellow in there. I only grabbed a small amount of grungy stuff to bring over. So I didn't want to grab too much. This is kind of grungy-ish. Looks like a bunch of stuff stuck together. Yeah, that's pretty grungy. Kind of long, but let's maybe cut that in half. Do something. We have to poke our hole, right? Our hole that I can't seem to get straight because I think I told you the dilemma of my paper punch, didn't I? Yeah, I can't find it. I don't really think one of my grandkids made off with it because they haven't, the little ones don't really play in here that much, and my big ones are 13 and 10, and they really haven't been spending much time here. They're so busy with ice hockey and roller hockey and soccer and baseball and everything else under the sun that I can't think of the last time they would have played in here. So, all right, that's good and grungy, right? Good and grungy. Yeah. All right. So there's tag number 2. We have tag number 1 and tag number 2 of our grungy tag. So we got one more and then we're done. I think for this one, I've decided, excuse my reach again, I brought all the stuff up to the top. Now I've covered up a lot of my stuff. I'm going to use this and I'm going to cover my tag. I want it to be, let's cut this one 3 inches. I think the height is good, although we'll have to even it up here. Take that bit off. That can go in the trash bin. We're 5. Oh, just 5. Okay. So let's do a 3-inch tag. Stick that in there. Oh, perfect. One on the front, one on the back. Perfect. Sometimes I do this where I just run a little bit of art glitter glue over the glue stick. These are cut pretty square, so I can get them right up to the edge. Perfect. Perfect. I think I forgot how to edit, you guys. We'll see how I do getting this edited for you. So there's one piece covered up. One side, I should say. Sticking now. I have to go back into my scrap bin and straighten things up after this. Trying to think what we could do on here that would be fun for a tag. I'm gonna have to get a new glue page. Stuck to me. Okay, there. There, use that little piece of yellow paper up good, didn't we? Okay. And let's do the taggy doodle. Sorry I got quiet on you. Just thinking of what we might want to do different on this one. Maybe we could do a little strip of corrugated along the bottom. Just do something like that. Or like that. Might be problematic in a tag, but something like that there. I did want to use this little piece of mamagami paper. That's pretty nice. Let's ink around this. Ink and think for a second. Ink and think. That's one of Gail's terms. Ink and think. It's still wet from the glue, so it's kind of flimsy still. Okay, so let's take this guy. Let's take this guy and put him here. Nope, I want it like that. Okay. I haven't done Mamagami in a long time either. We'll have to do that. That's fun. And the only thing, oh, I was saying in my other video, I'll tell you guys. So I've been reorganizing my craft space. I moved, it was kind of craft space office, but we're going to make my husband an office in the other spare room now. And so I had a little desk I was able to get rid of in here that I didn't want to use anymore. And I got a new craft table. New to me. It's old, but I got it on a friend of ours was selling it. And so I've got stations. So I have what I'm working at now is where I like to do make my journals, you know, paper crafting, filming, that kind of thing. And then to my left, this direction, is my candle station, because I make soy candles. Typically, didn't last year, but typically make soy candles throughout the holidays and throughout the year. And then to my right over here is the new craft table that I set up with my, I got a newer, I still have my old sewing machine, which is what I usually use more for sewing and sewing on paper kind of thing. But I got a really nice sewing machine for doing my quilts. And I love it. It's a wonderful sewing machine. But I don't sew paper on it, obviously. And so my sewing station is to my right, which has my Juki, my good sewing machine, and it's got cutting, you know, my cutting mat, that kind of stuff, and all my sewing supplies. And then directly behind me is a counter cupboard that I have that's got my Cricut on it, and currently has fabric in it inside the cupboard, but eventually that's going to go in a tall cabinet that I have right over here. If you guys are interested in seeing a like a craft room tour, I haven't done one in a while, but I'm happy to do one with you. More than happy to do that. So yeah, so it's been kind of nice to get my craft room feeling like it's going to be a craft room again, and not so much office and craft room, which just took up a lot of room. I think that I might use. I haven't used anything like this yet. It's just some paper, but so I believe this is some Rachel paper. I started to do a kit that I had started a long time ago, a journal kit, but I just really wasn't feeling it, you guys. I just wasn't feeling it. So I may start another journal, but I'm probably going to look for a newer one, something different than what I have. So we'll see where we go with that. See where that ends up. But yeah, so I don't know why I mentioned that, but anyway. I'll hang on to the other stuff that I have, but I don't know, maybe I just want something new. Had it a long time and it never I have a lot of unfinished projects, but I guess who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? If you're a paper crafter or journal maker, probably got plenty of unfinished things laying around. I need to do a video a week, kind of like, not what's in my box or that kind of thing, but just use it up stuff, Use it up. In fact, I found a little kit that I started for a friend of mine long time ago that I never finished, and I thought, oh, well, that would be cute. I should finish it and give it to her. She'd love it. But one of those things I gotta finish. Okay, just getting stuff off that's stuck to me here. Alrighty, what are we gonna do to finish this little grungy thing off? Pretty grungy. Scrap paper. Ink. Let's pull out the book again. See what we think we might want to do here. No, that wouldn't be, that's going to be too wide. Yeah, that's too wide. We'll find something to use that on though. Somewhere we will. Do we want a mushroom up there? That would be kind of cute. A little mushroom and a little label. Could do that. Find the labels. Oh, doggies are barking. Now we have little ones. It's time to start adding back to this too. It's been a long time since I've added anything in here. Oh, I know. The ones I'm looking for are, let me get that out of the way, in here in my grungy bin. Excuse me while I dig. Collect would be too big. Timeless. That might work. Some of them are just too long for the space. Oh, that one's too big. This little one might work. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll put a top on it and we'll be done. Woo, come back here. And I will have completed this challenge with the actual material I was supposed to do it with in the first place. Isn't that wonderful? I couldn't believe it when I sat down. You know what? I didn't get the corrugated cardboard out. I was so excited to do a video. That didn't happen. There, I like that. Or that. Should we do that? Layer it? What do you think? Kind of looks a little better because it's layered. Maybe a little bit of material or something behind one of these things. Or both, perhaps. Whoa, uh-oh, pin overboard. Pin overboard. Have to be careful when I vacuum not to vacuum that up. My mom, God love her, when I was young, and she always sewed. She was beautiful. seamstress. But when I was little, she didn't have a sewing room. Every now and then I remember she'd carve out like a little corner of a closet or something, but she would often sew at the kitchen table. And then, of course, have to clean it up, at night before dinner. And we were forever stepping on pins. Forever stepping on pins. Just looking for my long needle that goes in my, there it is. I just feel like this is clogged up. So yeah, Mom always had pins on the floor that I'm sure she vacuumed many a pin up in her day. I know I stepped on many, that's for sure. Nice thing about my floor here in my craft room is it's a hard floor. I don't have carpet, so I can find my pins and things I drop pretty easily, which is really nice. And then all I want behind that is, I don't really want any material. I just want like a little bit of grunginess there. Like just a little bit of hooty-doo. Oh, hooty-doo, hooty-dooter. Hooty-dooter-dooter there. I don't know what all they're doing next door, but they're sure making a lot of noise. They've cut down some trees, which is nice because there was some volunteer trees that had grown there over the years that were really giving us a lot more shade than we wanted in some areas of the backyard, but doesn't sound like they're working on our side today. They're working on the other side, doing something timeless. There, I like that. I think that came out cute. And then let's find a topper and we will be done. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to get a baby wipe to clean that pin off before it dries on there. Don't need my long pin full of Fabri-Tac. Okay, last thing is to decide what we want to put for a topper. And you know what we might put? Well, no, we didn't do it on that one. This. Nope. It's kind of an odd shape. With the green in there. No. Oftentimes, I will just use twine. Quite often, as a matter of fact. So let's do that today. Do some twine. But again, we have to go back to our unpredictable. Oh, I hope there's enough room with the little stampy hooty dooty on there. Maybe we'll go. There. Oh, perfect. We made it. We made it without killing too much. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, so let's get our twine, put it through, pull this guy up a little bit more, this guy, and there we have it. Friends, we've got our 3 tags made with the correct prompt finally. Thank you for helping me. I much appreciate that. Keeping me accountable for what I'm supposed to be doing today for the second time around. So that is our hashtag grungy tag challenge brought to us by Lori at Piles of Paragraphs on YouTube. These are my 3 tags for the day. The tall tag, smaller tag, and this tag. All grungy, wonderful looking little thingies, huh? So if you don't mind, in the comment section below, let me know which tag you liked best today, and I will try to, as I said, I'm going to make a book to put these in, and then I will be able to write down a comment near each tag as to how popular it was for each video. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Be kind to one another. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. Oh, I got glue all over me too. Jeez. That on me. Oh, maybe soup. I don't know. Okie dokie.